Hello Dub Nation, it's always a thrill to connect with you, especially as we're about to reveal the latest news that could shape the fate of our beloved Golden State Warriors. But before we dive into this whirlwind of information, let me make a friendly request. Show us some love by clicking the like button to strengthen our bond, and hey, if you are not subscribed yet, join our channel for a thrilling and emotional journey. Don't forget to turn on notifications to stay ahead of the game. Warriors could reinforce defense following coach's dismissal on Thursday. Golden State Warriors assistant coach Kenny Atkinson has emerged as a leading candidate for the now vacant Cleveland Cavaliers head coach position following the dismissal of J.B. Bickerstaff on Thursday. Despite leading the Cavaliers to consecutive playoff appearances, the first without LeBron James since 1998, Bickerstaff was let go after the franchise's second-round elimination by the Boston Celtics. The Warriors have an opportunity to repeat history and bolster their defense in the wake of Bickerstaff's departure. Although Atkinson may depart for a head coaching role, the Warriors could greatly benefit if they consider adding Bickerstaff to Steve Kerr's coaching staff for the upcoming season. Known for his defensive prowess, the 45-year-old coach led Cleveland to the 5th, 1st, and 7th-ranked defenses over the past 3 seasons. After finishing second in defense during their 2022 championship season, the Warriors have slipped to 14th and 15th in the past 2 years. This decline has been partly attributed to the departure of Mike Brown, who became the head coach of the Sacramento Kings after 6 years with the Warriors. Bringing in Bickerstaff could be a case of history repeating itself for the Warriors. They previously hired Mike Brown as an assistant coach after his dismissal from the Cavaliers, and Golden State's defense improved from 6th to 2nd in Brown's first year with the franchise in 2016-17. While the Warriors still have longtime assistant Ron Adams, strengthening their defensive identity might involve targeting Bickerstaff or former Phoenix Suns head coach Frank Vogel. Vogel's single season with the Suns saw them ranked 13th in defense, but he led the Los Angeles Lakers to the 1st and 3rd spots in defense in 2 of his 3 years, culminating in the 2020 NBA championship. As the Cavaliers search for a new head coach, attention will also focus on the futures of Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and Jarrett Allen. The Warriors could have significant interest in Allen if Cleveland decides to break up the frontcourt duo of him and Evan Mobley. Pacific rival aims to derail Warriors' dream with bold strategy. After a stunning attempt to lure LeBron James to the Bay Area before the February trade deadline, many believe the Golden State Warriors' ultimate offseason dream would be a reunion with 2-time Finals MVP Kevin Durant. Adding one of the league's all-time greats seems improbable for the Warriors, but it could become entirely impossible if their Pacific rival, the Phoenix Suns, has anything to say about it. The Suns are poised to dash the Warriors' hopes by making their own bold move for Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James. While Golden State might have aspirations of pairing another superstar with Stephen Curry, the Suns appear eager to bring James to the Valley to join a star-studded lineup featuring Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. According to the Athletics' Shams Charania, LeBron's son Bronny will be working out for the Suns ahead of next month's draft. Intriguingly, Phoenix holds the 22nd pick, a spot considered too high for Bronny, who is projected as a late second-round pick at best. This has fueled speculation that the Suns might draft Bronny to entice his legendary father to join Phoenix. Charania and his colleague Doug Holler hinted at this possibility in a recent report. Could drafting Bronny James help the Suns lure LeBron to the desert with a minimum contract? Probably not. But if you're GM Jones and owner Matt Ishbia, it costs nothing to explore, Charania and Holler wrote. James has a $51.4 million player option for next season, a contract he could opt out of to become a free agent after Bronny's draft outcome is determined. While the Warriors could consider a similar strategy, their draft pick is much lower at 52, and the Lakers, naturally connected to Bronny, hold the 55th pick. In an interview with Bleacher Report's Chris Haynes, Bronny's agent Rich Paul stated that teams are aware before the draft that his client will not sign a two-way contract under any circumstances. With the Suns' audacious plan potentially blocking the Warriors' reunion hopes with Durant and LeBron, the Pacific Division's power dynamics could be on the verge of a significant shift. Absence in next-generation rankings signals a grim future for the Warriors. In a rather disheartening season where they missed the playoffs, the development of young players was a beacon of hope for the Golden State Warriors. However, how much weight should be given to the Warriors' future prospects, or should the focus solely be on maximizing the remaining years of Stephen Curry's career? If there were any doubts about this, the Ringer's next-generation rankings might have provided an answer. The Ringer's next-generation rankings suggest a bleak outlook for the Golden State Warriors post-Stephen Curry. The panelists at The Ringer evaluated players across several categories, forming a list of the top 25 players under 25 years old. While there was some controversy, Golden State's biggest concern was the complete absence of any of their young players. Jonathan Kuminga is clearly the Warriors' most exciting young player, having emerged as one of the league's standout performers and the team's second leading scorer in the final months of the season. However, the 21-year-old only received a mention among those who missed the cut, with the acknowledgement that he could prove us wrong next season. This suggests that Kuminga is still largely viewed as a talented young player with potential rather than a budding superstar. The former 7th overall pick was considered untouchable by Golden State at the midseason trade deadline, and it would require a superstar return for them to reconsider his status in the offseason. However, if Kuminga has less long-term potential than Jabari Smith Jr., ranked 25th, perhaps the franchise should reconsider being so adamant about keeping their most valuable young asset. Victor Wembanyama, 1st, Chet Holmgren, 7th, and Brandon Miller, 17th, were prominently featured in the rankings, but there was no place for Brandon Podziemski, also a member of the first-team All-Rookie. Last year's 19th overall pick seems to be an important part of the Warriors' future, but should he be immune to trade talks if it means getting significant help for Curry? These rankings starkly illustrate that the Warriors lack a young player who comes close to Curry's stature. As Stephen A. Smith emphasized on 95.7 The Game earlier this week, you give Steph Curry everything he needs to keep the team relevant in the championship equation. Draymond Green can't escape criticism even a month into Warriors season. Draymond Green has made headlines multiple times over the past 9 months, having been suspended for 2 separate incidents within the first 23 games of the Golden State Warriors season. The 34-year-old has faced a barrage of criticism throughout his storied yet often controversial playing career, and now similar disapproval is shadowing his time in the media. Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green's presence on Inside the NBA this postseason has left many disappointed. More than a month since the Warriors were eliminated in the play-in tournament, Green has joined TNT's Inside the NBA for their playoff coverage. The veteran forward likely enjoyed Friday's game when Luka Doncic hit a clutch three-pointer over Green's longtime rival, Rudy Gobert, in Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. Green was asked about the "Draymond sucks" chants from Minnesota fans during the first 2 games and responded with another jab at Gobert during the post-game segment where they interviewed Doncic. This isn't the first time Green has taken shots at Gobert during the playoffs, something many, including former NBA forward and current Phoenix Suns broadcaster Eddie Johnson, a 4-time All-Star, are tired of seeing. Green evidently holds a grudge against Gobert, although it seems to stem from a professional rivalry rather than a personal vendetta. Johnson is probably right, there's likely a sense of jealousy since Gobert has 4 Defensive Player of the Year titles to Green's 1, but the outspoken Warrior is far from alone in thinking this fact tarnishes NBA history. The rivalry intensified in November when Green's initial 5-game suspension resulted from putting Gobert in a headlock and dragging him after the Frenchman laid hands on Golden State guard Klay Thompson. It appears Green's knack for attracting publicity, often negative, will extend far beyond his playing career with the Warriors and into his burgeoning media career, which is now capturing national attention.